All right, welcome back to the WDSU News Hot Seat. I'm Sala Kim. Administrative reassignment. That's the status of 5 veteran New Orleans police detectives following a scathing report from the City Inspector General's office that basically says that they failed to properly investigate alleged sexual assault and child abuse cases. So let's hear what the chief has to say about it. Chief Michael Harrison is joining us. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, so what is new in this investigation? You told me that your department is doing an internal investigation. What's going on that's new you can share with us?
So our Public Integrity Bureau is conducting an internal investigation. So we've worked with Mr. Quatrevo's office to turn over every document that he's asked for, giving him unfettered access to everything within the police department. So now we're looking to ascertain if any administrative or criminal violations were actually violated by any of our officers or detectives working in these cases. 2 things are going on right now. I've assembled a task force to go back over those 271 cases to re-investigate those cases, to make sure that they are investigated and the necessary document is accurately and completely compiled at this time. The second thing is the internal investigation to ascertain whether or not we violated any criminal laws or any administrative laws. And I want to be clear to the community and the public that if we find that any of these officers violated any of that criminally, we will prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law, and administratively all the way up to termination. So we want to be very clear about that. What we're working with now, we work through a civil service system that affords all city employees due process. So we're conducting an investigation to get the answers to the questions that we right now don't know about who did what, who didn't do it. So that's what we're working through now.
All right, so those 5 detectives are under the microscope and there is an investigation in process. What about their supervisors, the commanders who are overseeing them at this time? Who are they? What happened to them? Are you investigating them at all?
We are looking at supervision because a big part of this problem is adequate supervision and system failure. And so what we're doing now is building systems of accountability to ensure that this doesn't happen again, that all the way up to my office we know who's performing at the desired levels, who's not performing, and what we're doing about it every single day to make sure every member of the department is performing at the desired level. And so we are looking at supervisors who performed in that capacity during that time, who are performing in that capacity right now, to make sure everybody's performing at the level we want them to perform, to make sure we're providing a great quality work product, we're turning in good cases to our district attorney's office, and that victims are actually receiving the justice that they so rightly deserve.
You are looking at those supervisors, you said,
Absolutely.
For accountability. Are you investigating them? What do you mean by looking at them?
We're investigating them. So these 5 detectives are under investigation, but that investigation will go back and look at the supervisors who supervised them during this time frame. And the commanders all the way up, people who supervise every member of this side of our department during that time frame. And so we're looking for who gave instructions, who missed this, and how did this system break? How did we miss this, and how do we not let it happen again?
Good, good, good. All right. Now, this happened during Surpass, and you basically inherited this office the way it is. I know you inherited a troubled department with low manpower, lots of high crime rate, and then now this investigation comes into light. How are you planning to redeem this office? You said you vowed change in our package we rolled earlier. What is your plan? Can you give me in detail examples of what you plan to do?
So we want to change the culture, the organizational culture of the way we deliver police services. We want to build systems of accountability, as I mentioned, to let everybody know who's doing what at every level. So we want to know what our officers are doing or what they're failing to do. But we need to know what the supervisors are doing and if they're catching those mistakes, what they're doing about them on a day-to-day basis. We want to know if our lieutenants are properly managing the units that they oversee, and the commanders are then supervising their operations. So we want to know who's doing what when. We want to know who's failing to perform. We want to reward great performance because the majority of our officers are performing great every single day, and we want to make that known. But we want to be able to catch the mistakes, prevent the mistakes before they happen, catch the ones that actually happen, and fix them right away, so that we become the department that the city expects us to be.
Yeah, because Chief Harrison, 271 cases, even though these are just allegations at this point, that's a lot of cases. The next time a victim calls your department for help, you know, to report an alleged sexual abuse, I mean, there's a lot of insecurity in the community right now.
We're asking the community to trust us, and we understand that mistrust that we have right now, and we were making some headway. And what I assure the community is that this can be fixed. We are fixing this right now. And we will build the system that lets us know who's performing, who's not performing, so that this doesn't happen again. I think while moving people out before I became the chief was one thing, but we didn't always change the organizational culture. We didn't change the mindset or the way we think about what we do. Now we want to make sure that everybody understands the culture, that supervision, management, leadership at every level is paramount. And we got to hold people accountable for their performance and their lack of performance.
Accountability and transparency. We will hold you to your word and touch base with you again to see where you are in the process of your investigation. Thank you, Chief Harrison, for joining us. All right, back to you.